Hello. Okay, so I created a custom foundation for myself. Since we have launched our bespoke foundation experience, you're able to create a custom foundation that really matches your undertone, your skin tone. I found that a lot of the times when I would buy a foundation, it would always err on the side of being really orange, and it was really difficult for me to find a foundation that had a nice like yellow undertone because I have a lot of yellow in my skin. And I found that most foundations, it didn't matter if it was high end or like mass foundations that you can buy at like Shoppers Drug Mart, they were all like super orange. So I made myself a custom foundation. It is right here. And I want to see how well I matched it. So right now I have a little bit of face oil on my face just to keep it hydrated. And usually when I put on foundation, I prefer a more sheer coverage foundation. I've never really liked full coverage foundation. It's never been my thing. And sometimes it's so sheer, it's almost like, why are you even wearing any makeup? Anyways, let's go ahead and let's try this on. I already have some on this little palette here. So I'm gonna start, just gonna go ahead, brush that. Usually I apply it with this little spatula here, but I ditched it. So let's see. How this looks. And when I finish doing this side of my face, I'm actually gonna walk around the store so you can see how it looks like on half of my face. And when I wear tinted moisturizer or a really sheer foundation, I usually do my eyelids too because I'm really lazy and I'm not trying to like put on any eyeshadow. I'm like trying to be a one and done. All of our foundations, they have a soft focus technology, which is based on a silicone polymer. So when you apply the foundation, you'll notice that your fine lines, like pores, they're all kind of blurred. I made my foundation sheer and dewy, so it has like that kind of reflective effect to it. Because, you know, I obviously like the sweaty look. So I'm gonna walk around the store so you can see how it looks like in different lighting. This side of my face. So that's how this looks. Let me walk over here. Just in different lighting so you can see how good of a match it is. I got some on my lip. But that is how it looks like. This side's not done, it just has the face oil. But yeah. So it's not orange, which is what I usually find with a lot of foundations. They're just really orange. And a lot of the times I was finding that I was having to color correct with a lot of blue in order to kind of cancel out that orange tinge that I would always get. And one of my favorite brands to wear was NARS, and their foundations unfortunately were just really orange. So I decided, you know what, let's do custom foundation because, you know, I've seen quite a few of our clients that have come in who've like not only requested for it, but have also been wearing foundation that is just not a good match. And it's quite visible that it's not a good match. So yeah, we're doing a custom foundation. I'm gonna go ahead and do the other side. I need a little bit more. This video is a little unhinged. And when I am wearing something this year, I actually don't even set it because I really like that dewy look. So I do not bother setting it with like a setting powder. I will set it with a setting spray and then that's about it, but I won't actually set it with a powder. And I don't even bother wearing blush or anything. I'm just trying to kind of create the no makeup, like perfect skin type of effect. And I really like that it has that like dewy effect to it. So that's my aesthetic. But yeah, I'm happy that it doesn't have that orange undertone. So when creating this color, I used quite a bit of blue to remove any orange undertones that are usually visible in a lot of foundations that I would purchase. So it has quite a bit of blue, and then I balanced it out with yellow. So it matches. I'm happy it's giving that dewy effect. I'm not going to set this. I'm gonna leave it as is because I like the sweaty look. I like that effect, so I'm gonna leave it as is. And yeah, I'm really happy with the effect. When you're creating a custom foundation at Creme de la Creme Beauty Lounge, you actually have the ability to do full coverage, and our full coverage foundation is like really full coverage. If you have any imperfections or blemishes, it will completely cover the imperfection or blemish. This foundation I actually made really sheer, and it still has quite a bit of coverage, which I'm a little surprised about, because I really sheared it out. Like, that's pretty crazy. And this is like sheared out to the max without it being basically water. So it's really sheared. I opted to use an oil that I really like in the formula. It's not something that is usually in the formula when we are creating a custom foundation for someone, but I opted to use this oil called Squalane, and it is really nice and thin. It's not occlusive, so your skin can breathe, but that's what's giving me this super dewy look. So the foundation that I created, it actually does have a high oil load. Squalane is not really an oil. It's more so acts like a hydrocarbon, so it's really thin, very lightweight. When you like kind of feel it in between your fingers, it's got a lot of slip to it, and it's just amazing. So I added quite a bit of Squalane to mine because I wanted it to be super moisturizing and act almost like a tinted moisturizer. But the consistency of my foundation, it's quite runny. That's how I prefer my foundations, almost like a serum. So yeah, but I'm happy with how it turned out. I'm happy with the effects. Yeah, and you have the ability to do full coverage. You can do a sheer coverage. You can also do a tinted moisturizer, or you can do this effect where it's actually dewy. It's not like this. It gives the effect of your skin being dewy, not this oily effect that I prefer, but the dewy effect uses a synthetic mica. It's actually I think it's like a rock, and it's called boron nitride is one of them, and it creates this look like your skin is almost wet but not, and so it creates a sheen, a reflective sheen on your skin, and gives you that really nice glowy dewy look. I didn't add that to my formula. I just wanted more so like a skin treatment that is tinted. So that's what I did for me, and I'm really happy with it. Finally, I'm not having to color correct foundations when I purchase them. I'm able just to, throw on a foundation and not having to add yellow to it or blue, because they always tend to be so orange. It's nice to be able to get a foundation that has been customized to your undertone. If you are wanting to have a foundation match your neck, because a lot of the times, we have different skin tones all over our face, and you're not going to find a foundation that is going to match your neck and your face. So usually when our clients come in, we ask them, like, what are you wanting? And most of the time, they'll go lighter. Most women, their necks tend to be lighter than their face. So most women will tend to go lighter. We have done it the opposite. And I will say it did look a little odd. So I think from now on, when women do come in, we will tell them it's usually a nicer effect if you do go a little bit lighter, because yeah, it was a crazy look, and she ended up taking all her makeup off and doing it lighter. And then we just told her to kind of blend her foundation further down into her neck. And it wasn't like a crazy color change from her neck to her face, but it was a little bit odd. But yeah, I'm really happy with it. And yeah, I think that's it. Bye.